Aquarius. These messages today have been nuts. They have been nuts. Wow. All right, here we go. The Hierophant. The Moon. Six of Wands, Seven of Swords, Seven of Wands, and the Eight of Swords with the Four of Pentacles. I'm hearing detained, but that could be anything. Something to do with detaining. Whew! All right, so why is the Hierophant here? Queen of Swords. So we go to the Queen of Swords or we go to the Hierophant and you put that together, then what do you got? Bippity boppity boo. Boop. What do we do? Why do we do it? Where do we go? Why? Well, we do it because we need some sort of information, or we need guidance, or we need some help. We need pointers. It's like a confessional. Like we need that. So somebody is either coming to you or you're going to somebody, or we have like doctors here even, but this is like going to a person to clear up something because we need it. We need it. So we're going to God, we're going to a higher power. This could be praying. Someone's praying because it's like, please help me know what to do. This could be we're finding our spirituality. I don't really get that here though. This could be we're going to a counselor. We're going to a therapist. We're going to somebody higher up in the workplace with the Three of Pentacles. We're going to someone or something that will guide us or help us because we're in a spot where we don't know what to do. That's what I'm getting. Woo! It could be like even our friend. It's just somebody that we or something that we trust its guidance, its direction, its wisdom. What do I do? Why is the Six of Wands here? The Chariot, the Seven of Swords. Damn, I don't know. This almost looks like I don't even care anymore. I just want to know how to get out of it. Not necessarily I want help with it to keep dealing with it or keep doing it. What is going on with the messages today? I mean, this has to happen at some point in time, but damn. Okay, I'm going to give an example. Imagine, or have you ever been, I have, in a situation, let's say it's a relationship, or in an environment where you feel like you're kind of fucked and stuck in some way, shape, or form. And so you're like, I don't really want to do this. I know. I'm already in it. Already made some pretty permanent decisions, maybe even. But I don't really want to do it anymore. But then I also have this fear, like, well, I can't leave because, Now I'm kind of trapped. And maybe somebody feels trapped because of a contract, or we have children, or I feel trapped because this person's done so much for me. So in a way, I kind of feel like a guilt trip. Like I feel kind of guilty to not want to be around them or something like that, or not want to do this anymore. I don't really want to make this work. I want it to not work. What I want to work is how to get the fuck out of here. How to get out of something. We have the Seven of Swords twice. How do I get out of this? That's the vibe. Yeah. How do I get out of this easily, or the best way? Yeah. Ten of Swords. Why is the Seven of Wands here? Seven of Swords. 777. What? That's exactly what this is. I'm going to get another layout, but I'm staying on the same message. It looks like somebody here is thinking, how do I get out of this? Or how do I get out of having to do this? Or how do I get out of this conversation I'm about to have? Or how do I get around it or out of it? Or I don't know. Unless you guys are the teachers here or guidance to someone and you're giving pointers on how to like get through something. Not even necessarily out of it, but through it, honey. We got to get through it, baby. You know, it's like, don't worry. Don't worry, there's nothing to stress about. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. This is how you get through it. Stand up for yourself. Like maybe you guys, and I could definitely see that. Aquarius or Crosswatcher is giving like this encouragement, maybe even. Trying to help someone not be afraid, not worry, not fear, not stress. And it's like, look, this is how I did it. Like maybe you're even using your own self as an example. Totally get that. Where you're like, look, I'll tell you how to do it. I'll tell you, don't you worry, don't you fret. Don't you fret, darling. This is how you do it, let me tell you. You know, pointers. I'm giving pointers. So some of you could be giving pointers to people who, you know, they come to you for that because you have great advice, great instruction, great experience as well. And they look up to you. Because if you notice in the Hierophant card, there's always people that are looking up to the Hierophant. It's not that you are better or you know more, but in this case, in this instance, you do happen to have some sort of key. The Hierophant always has keys. You have some sort of keys that this person doesn't. Or these people. It could be more than one. And they come to you because you help. You help a lot. Some of you are getting, you could be getting more support during this time, getting more success, gaining more success, more support, more people that are coming to bat for you, or even coming to you for help, advice, or coming to be that for you. Yeah, absolutely. But in another situation, I see it where it's like, how do I get out of this? You know, like myself, how do I get out of it? No, when should I get out of it? Not necessarily how, but like when, or I don't know. You know, like, damn. Yeah. How do I get out of this? You know, this rut. This poverty, this place that I'm in, this poverty mindset, this lifestyle. How do I get out of it? This is kind of like you and me against the world. Like together we can do anything. How do I get out? Somebody could be falling on hard times or just kind of struggling. That's struggle, man. Been there. Homelessness, loss of job, loss of money. I don't know what I'm going to do. And it's like, you're not alone. Don't worry. No matter what, you're not alone. You want to come over here? You want to stay here? You have a place here anytime. Or, you know, come here, I'll hold you in my bosom. Or I'll just take you into the fold. Like, I'm not going to leave you out. Something to do with a shelter. I'm not, because I see shelter here. Or I'm just, I will be your hero, your strength. Something about I will cross the ocean for you. It's like, I will be your shelter from the storm, you know? Is somebody getting kicked out or getting fired or getting misplaced or getting broken up with, left, or losing a job, losing something, struggling with their health? Maybe they're just feeling sick and they're kind of feeling down and they're unable to work, and it's like, look, I got you. I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. Everybody struggles. Everybody goes through things. Or you're being that for other people. But then I'm telling you, I also see somebody here who's trying to figure out how to get out of something, like a relationship. But I feel like that now, the more that I'm getting into this message, I feel like that's the smaller side of things. This is more like, look, it's all right. Look, it's all right. That's the automatic air freshener machine. I have to keep saying it because I know it scares me. When I watch the video back, I'm like, oh, what the hell is that sound? What the hell? It's just an automatic air freshener. It's kind of annoying, honestly, but it works. Yes. And I'm telling you, some of you are absolutely, yep, look at that. Holy shit. You are absolutely like, oh, you know what I got earlier? Your guidance, your help, your support. They come to you for help. Like, are you opening some sort of, do you own a business or something? Are you like a leader? Are you like a spiritual leader? Do you pray over people? Do you pray for them? Someone could come to you for prayers, ask you to pray for them, prayer list, or come to you for, you know, I don't know, sanctuary. Can I sleep on your couch tonight? Can you help me, please? Or can you keep me in your thoughts, your prayers? What was I going to say? Oh, like, what is that called where you go to AA? Sponsor. You could sponsor someone, but not necessarily like that, but you are who they go to, who they're coming to, who people are starting to flock towards for help, guidance, support. You have the key that they need to unlock one of their locks. Maybe not all keys, but this particular key or these particular keys you do have. You are the key holder. Someone could actually come to you because you are in charge of the place, or you know how to let them in. I don't know. Yeah, there's the keys right here. You have the keys. Knowledge, higher knowledge. Somebody could have been in a really bad spot, man. Like, really been in a bad spot, been in an abusive situation, been dealing, you know, whether it's something that they've just been involved in with themselves and they're, you know, they need to get their life together, or someone's involved with an abusive partner or just not in a healthy situation. I mean, this speaks to some darkness, okay? I mean, a lot of times, just to be honest, coming from an I place, I had to experience this. You can't ignore the devil. We all are the devil. We are. We're all a little evil. It's in us all. Yes, it is. I mean, we're even created in darkness for how many months? 9. We're floating around in darkness. And then when we die, we return to darkness, whether we're cremated and put in a box with ashes, or we're embalmed, or however they do us and they stick us in the ground. Darkness. It's dark inside my body right now. We talk about that all the time. Darkness. We're dark. We all have vices. We all have things. We all have things we suppress. We all have these, like, maybe even this is like a sadomasochistic type energy. Like, I'm, you know, a glutton for punishment or pain, or I'm involved in some not so great shit, you know. It's the imbalance of things. I feel like something's got control of me. Something's coming over me. My baby's got a secret. Madonna. Leo, Capricorn, Taurus, if that's relevant for anybody here. And you're like, well, I understand secrets. I understand it. I get it. Some of you, this can even be like a child or someone maybe just younger, someone you've known from childhood, or maybe just someone you haven't spoken to in a while, but you speak to on and off every now and then. I don't know. There's a history here, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how deep the history goes. But there's something here about someone coming towards you for sanctuary because you helped. The star, that's you. You know? Or it could be like a friend. I don't know. What is this? Let's see. What's happening is this Five of Pentacles, which is, I don't know, unless somebody's feeling alienated, someone's feeling left out. Like if someone does feel left out, they're going to come to you because you don't make them feel left out. You know, if someone feels abandoned, they're going to come to you, or if they're suffering in any way, or they're dealing with any type of adversity, any type of issues, or any type of problems, they're struggling in a relationship in their family, they're struggling with addiction, they're struggling with their demons. If they're struggling and they feel overwhelmed, it's like, come to me. They could even be struggling with an illness. I don't know, a breakup even, an abusive partner, an abusive situation. It could be a whole bunch of things. It could even be someone who's struggling with, you know, financially, and they're struggling. Maybe we don't know how we're going to get out of it or through it. There we go. It's coming full circle. We don't know how we're going to get out of it. We don't know how we're going to get through it. And you're there to be like, well, I'll help you. Even if it's not you yourself, you may point someone to the Lord. You may point someone to maybe even a person you know that helped you. Maybe a certain book, certain videos. Maybe it's certain lifestyle changes. You may be like, here, this helped me. If it's not you yourself that's given like this advice, you know. You are, or someone's doing this to you. It's like giving. I'm going to give you something. Knowledge, wisdom, pointers, advice. My own shit, meaning I'm going to give you what I've been through. That's pretty important here. I'm going to give you a key. And I'm not going to give you a key by using anything else out here. Because sometimes that's why I don't like this fucking card. Because it can be like, well, I'm giving you this and this, but it's just a bunch of programming. It's just a bunch of like, well, this is how things should be, and this is the way that I grew up and that I believe that things should be. You know, this in a good sense, in a good light. This can be, see that light right there? In a good light, this can be, I myself have lived this experience. I myself have been through something. Now, granted, you are going to have your own experiences. I'm not saying they're anything alike. But when I went through something similar, or when I went through this is some things that I, you know, experienced, or this is something that I ended up doing, and it worked for me. So I'm going to give you a key here, whether you choose to let that seed plant that I'm about to give you and germinate and maybe become something, if it's even meant to. I don't know. But let me go ahead and just share my experience. You could even be sharing your own experience here so people know, or a person knows, hey, listen, do you think that I got to where I'm at by just, no, it's because I've gone through some shit, you know. You can take it or leave it. You don't even have to listen to me. But yeah, Ten of Swords. Somebody's going through the, like, seriously rock bottom. That's a fucking rock bottom right there. And they genuinely are in a spot where they're like, I don't know what to do. I can't do it anymore. I can't handle it. It's too much. Like, I'm going through a lot. I'm going through an ending of some type. Maybe it is a breakup. Maybe it is a breakdown in their life. They're breaking down. And the light shines through, helps them to see that this shit ain't over till it's over, you know. This ain't your first struggle in life, and it ain't gonna be your last, but where there's a will, there's a fucking way, homie. Homie? I don't say that. Homie, don't play that. You know, where there's a will, there's a way. Oh, I see this another way. Uh-oh. This could even be where someone here, all right, listen. Okay. Some of you, this is a situation where there could be an individual who's been getting a lot of sympathy and a lot of help and a lot of support. This person may be more of a taker. They've been getting a lot of that from, I don't know, a person or people, you know. because this person, well, I mean, it's not that they're not going through hard times or that they don't need it. Yeah, they do need it, but they're not really trying to help themselves. Whereas here you are, and this isn't a fucking comparison thing, but here's what's going to end up happening. And for those that this part that I'm about to say is going to resonate for, there's different types of people on this planet, you know, and you're not saying anything. You're just kind of leading by example, right? Someone's going to see that. Someone's going to be like, wait a second. But Aquarius has gone through the same thing. See, this person over here is saying, I need this, I need this, I need this. They're not even really trying to help themselves. Not really. There's actual help they can get. They'd much rather just take it from people instead of doing it themselves. Whereas Aquarius went through something like that, or is actually in a worse spot and is figuring it out. They're doing it. You don't see Aquarius, like, it doesn't mean you don't break down. It doesn't mean you don't cry, and at times it's hard to pick yourself up. It's probably a daily thing to do. You know, of course it is for me. Absolutely. It's a daily thing to tame my demons. I'll never get rid of them, nor will you. We're going to pretend they're not there, but they're there. That is us. It is we. That is why we're here on this fucking planet, because we have problems. If we didn't have any problems, and we were all the way awakened, and there was nothing else to see, and we knew everything there was to know, we wouldn't be here anymore. We would get out of here. But we're still here, aren't we? So you are in the position of, you know, I am the key. I am the key. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I am the fucking key. I'm the problem. I am my problem. And I've had to change my mind. I've had to change my perspective. It's not easy. Some days I want to, you know, that's okay. Some days I want to lay down and cry, and I don't want to get up, and I don't feel like I can do this anymore. You know, shit's fucking hard out here for a pimp. But I'm doing it. But you're not like waving your flag like, hey, look, I'm doing it. I don't see how this person can't fucking do it. You see me complain? I can do it. And I'm doing it. And I'm in a worse fucking spot than this person. You're not saying that, but somebody's noticing it, or they're going to notice it. It may take a little time, or if it's at this point now where somebody's seeing it, it took them some time. But someone's going to see it because they know enough about you. And they're like, wait a second. Aquarius was actually in a worse spot. Aquarius is actually, or went through the same shit, and they're not taking from other people. Aquarius is making a way for themselves. This is how you're going to get more respect. You're gaining more respect and more support because you're not using excuses. You're not you're not taking. Not that you can't accept help. That's different. It's good to accept help. It's good to accept. No, that's not what I'm saying here, but I think I have to make that clear just so nobody tries to twist that. That's not what it is. It's not that you can't accept help. You might be accepting help, but you're not only doing that, if you are at all. You're also helping yourself. And you found loopholes and ways to kind of make it. And so for those of you that part resonates with, I see that somebody's going to see at some point in time, or they are now, that maybe there's someone there, or whatever there is, or whatever that means, that they're not trying to help themselves or whatever. They're just trying to get it from everyone else. Absolutely. Look at this. Like begging. I need. Spare me. And you're over there like, well, shit. If you only knew how I live my life and what's going on in my life right now. You know, 8 of Cups. But you don't get too involved. You kind of stay out of it. You're kind of like, whatever. You know what I mean? You're over there trying to rob Peter to pay Paul, but you ain't robbing nobody. Or you're just trying to figure it out, make your money stretch, figure things out. And, you know, hard times, you've fallen on hard times, like people aren't even noticing, you just had to pick yourself up. So you're doing all that, and I'm telling you, somebody's going to see it, and they respect you because of that. Not even shits, I don't know, somebody may even, like, some of you, you're going to get a relationship out of that. If you're looking, or if that's in the cards for you, or you want anything like that, you could actually, somebody could fall in love with you because of that. But yeah, aside from that, you have people or a person that is coming to you, or, you know, they're flocking to you in full support because, you know, of how you lead by example. Yeah. They trust your wisdom, they trust your input, or someone's coming to you to pray for them, to keep them in your thoughts, pray for their family. Maybe even for sanctuary. They might even be like needing your help in some way. So be careful if that's the case, that you don't have someone who comes to you and they're trying to take advantage. You know, some of you could have a person around you, or, I mean, it could be reversed for cross watchers, but someone who's taking advantage of a situation. They actually aren't really, I mean, they're not even really trying to help themselves. They could. It's just much easier to get it from other people than to apply themselves and really think outside the box and change their perspective. It's like more woe is me. And sometimes it is, you know, sometimes that is the case, but there are outlets for this person, and if they're not seeing it at all and they're kind of repeating something here, there may be a caution here that to not get taken advantage of, Aquarius or crosswatcher. You know, someone may run to you to be their savior, their sanctuary, but they need to figure something out. There's a lesson that maybe they're skipping over, they're not seeing. But they will. The devil in the tower. They absolutely will, because they're going to be forced to. And maybe that's where we circle right back around where when I first said somebody's like, how do I get out of this? Yeah. All right. Well, I know this not going to be for everybody, but for who? How do I get out of this? You'll figure it out. Just like I'm doing it. I believe in you. So does the universe, apparently. Sometimes they let this happen so that we see what we're capable of. It's not necessary. Sometimes it's a blessing. You know? Now, you know, if this is like a heartbreak someone goes through, someone ends up leaving a person, you know, someone may reach out to you and be like, I'm so devastated, I don't know what to do, this person left me or is leaving me, or something's happening, I don't know how I'm going to support myself, I don't know what I'm going to do, or I lost my job, or I'm struggling, or I'm falling on hard times, my health is failing, or something like that. You'll be there. And I believe you'll be the right amount of support and help, like really. It's kind of like just what the doctor ordered. aka the universe. 7 of Swords. But again, somebody's got to stop like avoiding something they actually need to like see about themselves. Or they're just, you know, I don't know. Alright, well, I'm gonna leave it. I already said that, didn't I? Thank you guys for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.